guys, so today I'm going to be starting Project Pan. This is going to be the start of a little bit of a different kind of feel on my channel. I don't really feel like the things have been flowing as well as I think they should have for the past few years, like the past, I don't know, 6 years that I've been on YouTube or whatever, and really inconsistently posting. And I feel like one of the main contributors is my want to constantly keep up with everyone else, and that's really inhibiting me from actually getting anywhere. I had this brilliant idea, obviously, that I was going to start Project Pan, and I started watching other Project Panners videos, and I wasn't 100% certain how I felt about them. I guess I almost feel like people will push themselves to really rush through a product to use it up for the sake of using it up, as opposed to making sure that you're consistently using stuff within your collection and using these things that you want to give a little bit more love. Some of these products have already hit pan, some of these products don't even have a pan. It's just going to be a little bit different, but I do really want to focus on using the products that I have in my collection, where I'm going to be taking more products from my own stash and using them and coming up with different ways that I can use products. I still am really passionate about teaching and about using products properly, or learning your eye shape, your eye color, what works well with your skin tone, whatever. I just kind of feel a little bit stuck in consumerism and making really impulse purchases that aren't really making me happy just because I think that they're going to make me successful, better at makeup, more liked by my friends, whatever it is. It's just not really translating as well as I want it to. So these products here are going to be the products that I'm going to try and use up as much as possible. I don't know, I'm going to try my best to make my way through this. I think one big part of this is making sure that I'm not too tough on myself, and I do let myself kind of slip up and then come back to it, and it's going to be a little bit of a learning experience. I've never ever done anything like this before. In fact, I actually don't really particularly like panning my products. I tend to like to leave them look as fresh as possible, and it makes me quite sad whenever I reach pan on my products. I don't know where this mentality comes from, and it really hinders me from using a lot of my products that I like because I don't want to see pan on them, and I don't know why. The first product that I'm going to be project panning is my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. This palette has hit pan on quite a few of the ones here, this one the most significantly, and then those two other ones they're a little bit less, but I absolutely love this shade kit, and this is her older packaging, so if it was her new packaging I would be able to reinsert the colours that I really love, but instead I am going to try and use this up as much as possible and then repurchase one of her new packaging. I would be happy if all of the pans looked like this. Probably actually completely used up, but that's going to be my goal, is to make all of the pans just have a really significant, probably having half of the pan missing. The next product that I really want to pan this year is my Luster highlighter from Makeup Geek. If you've seen any of my tutorials, I use this pretty much all the time. It's probably my favourite highlighter ever. It's got a really beautiful colour to it. It's perfect for my skin tone, and it's just really soft. It is the one that I'm wearing today. I'm also wearing the Glow Kit and a bronzer that I have in here as well. The next thing that I want to pan, or I guess use up, is my Becca Backlight priming filter. It's up to about there, and to be honest I don't really notice a huge difference when using this primer, but I spent a lot of money on it and I do like it. At first I really didn't like it. It was one of those products that kind of surprised me, I guess. I got it, I was really excited for it, and then I used it and I just didn't like it at all, and then I kind of grew to like it. I wouldn't say that it's my most favorite primer in the whole world, but I definitely think that I can get some more use out of this before it turns bad. Some more products for the face that I really want to use up are these two Smashbox pencils. I'm going to be drawing on a little piece of paper as to where I am up to with these, but these are the bronze and the contour sticks, and I really like these, so I want to use them. They are a cream, and they are fine, like the texture's fine, but I would say that they're probably nearing the end of their life, and I do want to get as much use out of them as possible before I throw them away. Next, I have something for the eyes. So this little ColourPop eyeliner, I actually bought probably like 8 of them all at the same time, and 7 of them were super dry and would just snap off when I used them or when I opened them or swatched them. Like, you couldn't get colour off of them, they would just snap in half, they went bad really fast. This is the only one that's kind of managed to stay somewhat usable, and that's how much is left in it. But it's a super creamy eyeliner. I don't think I'm going to have any trouble making my way through it. The next product is just an eyebrow pencil. It's my Brow Wiz. I don't have too much left in this, I don't think. I'm sure I can get through it in the next couple of months though. I'm going to wind it all the way out so we can see. This is the Brow Wiz in Caramel, and it is definitely starting to get a little bit hard. Like, I had to snap the top off of it, but since it's just going on my eyebrows, I don't actually really care that much. But I love the way that these pencils perform, so I do want to use them before it goes bad. It's like $38 or something here, and it's like a really huge waste of money if I don't actually get use out of it. One of the newer products in my project pan is a mascara, and that's just because I don't really have loyalty to one mascara. Usually I'll have like 3 or 4 on the go at a time, and I have really thrown out a whole bunch of them because they were definitely past their use by date, and I didn't want them anywhere near my eyes anymore. So I am going to be trying to project pan the Charlotte Tilbury Full Fat Lashes. I had received this in my Beautylish Lucky Box, and I really like it. I don't think it's full or fat, but I do think that it's a beautiful everyday mascara, so I'm going to be using this one up. Another bronzer that I had for my project pan is this one. This is the Makeup Forever Pro Fusion. It's this really nice colour, and I don't really know why I didn't use it. I think it's because when I swatch it, I don't actually get that much colour payoff, but I guess that doesn't really mean much. So I'm going to try and use this up. I do think that I'll be able to get through it, although it seems to be more tightly pressed. It does look like I've made a slight dent in the wave pattern on the actual bronzer itself, and I have only used it a few times from years ago when I got it, so I'm not too worried about using this up. And what I used this for today is I kind of used it to warm up my whole face, and then I went in with the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette and just kind of carved out where I wanted to. This one is nice because it has a little bit of luminescence to it, so it looks nice and natural on the skin, whereas the Kat Von D one is very matte, and so I like that one to create the shadows. I also have some lip products. They're going to be kind of representing 2 different days, I guess. The first one is my Marc Jacobs gloss. This one is in French Tickler. And you can see there that I've only got this much left of it to use. But since I do really enjoy the way that this lip gloss feels on the lips, and since I do only have a small bit to use, I think it would be silly not to just really make the effort to get to the bottom of it, because I was leaving it there because I don't like to use up products, and that's silly. Silly. The next is my liquid lipstick and pencil from Kylie Cosmetics. This one is in the colour Ginger, and I can't actually tell you how far through the liquid lipstick I am. I would probably say, like, I just saw a little hole in it, and I think I'm up to about there, like the bottom drip. And with the pencil, you'd never know, but I have sharpened that one a couple of times. But those are definitely ones that I want to make a significant dent in. I love this colour, and I'd kind of gotten away from it, and I do want to make sure that I use this colour because I was lusting after this for so long. I swore that I absolutely needed this. I only have one eyeshadow at my project pan. This is simply because I think eyeshadow for me is definitely one of the ways that I experiment the most. I don't want to inhibit myself by only using one eyeshadow palette, because my looks always change. Plus, I also work in a makeup store, and so if I were to only use one eyeshadow palette, I'd have to make sure that it was something that we sold, and it is probably my favorite eyeshadow of all time, rivaling one other, but that's for a different story. And this one is Amaze by Colourpop. I don't think that I'm going to have too much trouble with this one because Colourpop shadows are really soft, so I think you can make your way through them relatively quickly. It's just like a nice rose gold, a soft rose gold. I was tossing up between this one and Lala, which is slightly deeper, and I thought that I would get a little bit more use out of this one for every day. So this one is going to be predominantly my everyday shade, and if I want to play up, then I can use other palettes. This one will just be the feature color for my everyday looks. Another thing that I really want to use up this year is my Fetish blush from Urban Decay. This is kind of my perfect blush shade. It's got a little bit of pink, a little bit of mauve, a little bit of like warmth to it. I don't know, I just find that it looks good with every single look that I do, and I really love it. And I think if I was going to have one blush for the rest of my life, it would very probably be this. It would definitely be a toss-up between this and Flower Child from Becca, and I think I was tossing up between which one of them I wanted to put in my project pan, but I think firstly I would like to try and use up the Urban Decay blush because I think that I will get a little bit more wear out of it. I think it's kind of good for everything. Maybe not for everyone, but for me. Next is just a little sample of this Urban Decay Optical Illusion Primer. I've been finding that this one sits really nicely under my foundation, and I'm not sure if I want to buy the full one yet, especially after I use my backlight priming filter. That one has no pore filling properties. This one does. So that is all that is in my project pan box for this year. I don't know if I'm going to be swapping things out and changing them. It's very likely. This is my way of holding myself accountable. This is going to be a journey. I will see you in my next one. Bye!